Hey miners, friends, community members, I'm Will from the Cats of Crypto and the Published Miner. We received this from Jingle Mining, who is the sponsor of this video. I'm going to crack this bad boy open. We're going to get it set up. We're going to give it a quick review. And, you know, let's get hashing. So, when I get this thing rolling inside the box, the first thing I see is this. All this. And on the back of the box, as you can see, it has power consumption plus or minus 5 watts, 23 watts total, 1.20 terahash, and it says Jingle Miner BTC Solo Lite 1.2 terahash. Let's flip it over and open the box. So in here, there is the Jingle Miner, and here is the cords and or the adapters. They have a little individual adapters that you twist in, and you know, for your area, like this is the US plug right here, and it has the little Wi-Fi dongle on it that you screw in the back. More adapters, of course. To get this going here, we dump this out. Literally, like I said, it just has the adapter. You twist in, it locks in, and then, you know, you're off to the races. So let's get this thing up and mining and hashing. Let's see what we can come up with. Of course, it does have instructions on what to do, how to set it up inside if you don't know what to do. I imagine this is pretty basic, and go from there. Full stop setup guide, yep, right there. So, yeah, pretty simple for the most part. That they are. So I don't know how well you can make that out, but when you fire this up, it does have a QR code which you can work with. As you can see, I have another Solo Miner over here. I do believe that one's on Bitcoin Cash. But realistically, all you have to do is you can scan the QR code once it boots up. Let me redo this for you so you see what I mean. Nice little screen will pop up here in about 2.2 seconds. It'll say Jingle Miner on it. And there's that QR code right about there. And yeah, alternatively, if you just connect directly to it, I'll show you what I mean in a second. You can just use a local IP address and connect it up to a pool. You can see here, so as you can see here, maybe I have to repeat myself twice. It'll pop up as Jingle Miner _8 A45. Just click on connect over there. Okay, guys. Checking the quality of the internet connection. Of course. Always connect. I'm just going to always connect to this. I'll change it later. And then we'll go in here to my Brave browser. So you're going to want to go to 192.168.4.1, I do believe. And of course, you see the UI or the web UI for Jingle Miner. Of course, then you're going to go down to your settings real fast, right? And you can leave the host name same thing. Their Wi-Fi SSID is going to be different. I'm going to have to change this to mine. And this is a funny one. And then, you know, let me get this in here if I can. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright. I'll edit that little pass part out. With this in particular, right, you have your Stratum host. It's not really super hard to figure this out. You can, you know, do some mining frequency stuff as far as overclocks. You can do classic fan, experimental fan, manual fan. Temperature shut down at 78, right? Pretty basic. So once you do that, it is pretty simple. These are very similar to the NerdAxe web UI up. It won't connect that way. It's crazy phone. So I don't know if they want a fallback pool or not. Yeah, they do. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look up Retro Mike's pool on the desktop, and it should just be retromike.net. If you want to leave it on here, you can leave it on here. There's entirely up to you as far as that's concerned. I'm throwing this on Digibyte over here right now, and I'm getting my information if I can. Looks like I'm going to have to look at another one here. It looks like I'm going to have to look at that a little closer, so I'll be right back. As you can see, like I was saying, we set up to retromike.net. The Stratum port is separate, right? Gotta scroll up here. Gotta love phones. Stratum port is 5006, right? Of course, they want my wallet address, as that's what you need, which I have right here. Paste that, and then you're gonna put dot, your worker name. It's being special, why not? Dot jingle. Can't spell jingle, but jingle miner. Jingle miner. The Stratum password list can be anything. We are literally going to make this a 0 as it were, or where he's got it, so it doesn't matter, but we'll take that out and hit X. Now, everything here is, after that, you have to save it. Okay. And you gotta hit restart the miner. As the miner restarts, you go back online here at about 3.21. You'll see the screen over there do some fun stuff. Back off to the side. It will then have a regular IP address. Okay. Currently I'm getting this weird message, which is not a good sign. I've never seen that before, but I think I know what to do about fixing this and how to correct it. So if you give me a second, I'll make the adjustment and we should be able to get it cracking. I had to lower the overclocks to get this thing going, and we've only been up and running right for almost 3 minutes, as you can see with a little timer right here. But this is really neat because you can do this, and once you keep scrolling across, it tells you the different settings, it tells you the pool you're on, it'll give you how many shares have been accepted, right? You go through here, it tells you the Bitcoin price, for crying out loud, if you're interested in that. And it tells you how much longer before the halving. Get 33, I can't make that out. Even with my glasses on, I can't make it out. But there's a global mining stats. It tells you what block Bitcoin is on, but I'm not on Bitcoin, so there's that. As she ramps up, so let me give it a few minutes to once it gets up to roughly the 1 terahash mark, and we'll get a better look and talk a little bit more about it. Well, miners, as you can see right here, we have everything set up. Like I said, I did have to reduce the overclocks, and I'll show you what that's about here in about 2 seconds. We've got everything. I used Retro Mike's pool, which I'll show you a little bit about that here in a second. I've got it all set up with my wallet address, dot worker name, which is Jingle Miner, because obviously this is the Jingle Miner BTC Solo Miner. The Stratum password for that particular pool is always X, like most pools. You can adjust these up or down, so just be warned if you do that you're probably going to run into an issue and you might overheat the miner. I did not go to the core voltage, cranking it up to make it run harder or faster. I went 4 steps down from the default it really doesn't matter much there. I did turn the fan mode on and cranked it to 100, and the max shutdown temp is 88. You have the option of doing this where you could have firmware updates, and you could change the whole web UI if it's available. There's that, and there's the swarm method if you're interested in doing this and you want to pool your miners together. If you have solo miners on one pool, you can throw them all in there and it would come up as one miner with more hash rate. It really, to me, doesn't matter with that. It's nice, but it does nothing for that as far as I'm concerned. Remember, you go in here and show your logs if there's a problem, as it's showing it right now, right where it's at. Remember, this is a Bitmain Antminer S19 ASIC chip, ASIC ASIC. Look at that up. IC meaning integrated circuits. It's one chip, I do believe. But this is where we're at in the whole greater scheme of things. Currently, it's running just under a terahash on the host side, meaning me. And over on Retro Mike's pool, as you can see, I've hit 5 or 6 blocks in the past. I'm doing just over a terahash at the pool. This has been running for over an hour now. But yeah, anyway, getting over here, we can talk about this real quick. Sorry, it's bright, I know. This is the page for jingleminer.com, and it does talk about your lottery miners or your solo miners. If you want to go further into it, there are videos. If you click either one, you can check our products out, look for retailers. All this good stuff is in here. If you click on this one right here, it will take you over to the manual and the media assets. It will give you a whole outline of everything that is this miner. If you're looking for anything at all, as far as pools are concerned, you can come on over here to Mining Pool Stats. If you're going to do the 10-minute lottery ticket, so to speak, and be that DGen for proof of work coins, they're not tokens here for you, Solana type DGens, and you can grab Bitcoin or any one of these down here. Digibyte is near Fractal Bitcoin. See, there's your that. When I go take a look at Bitcoin real fast, you can see who found the last block as of most recent. There's Foundry. Via BTC is another pool I'm on, and they find them pretty regularly as well. The more hash rate you have, the better off you're going to be. So, on that note, guys, gals, and community members, not only from the Cats of Crypto community, and if you haven't grabbed a bag of Cats of Crypto, we're doing a lot of different things with donations and helping kids, military veterans, cats, and dogs. Don't miss out on a good thing, something useful for crypto. And our partners over at Turbo on Binance Smart Chain. If you want to go fast, go with Turby over there on Turbo. Just saying. But I want to thank the sponsors, Jingle Mining, for this opportunity to review this miner. And of course, at this point in time, you'll probably see the discount code coming across the screen. So, do I think it's worth it? Yeah, this is probably one of the better ones out there for what you're looking at. Could you pool mine with it, meaning PPS, FPPS? Yes, that means if there's a block hit that you would share a piece of that block. Sure, you probably make 1 or 2 cents a day on it, and it would take you forever to get any amount of Bitcoin whatsoever, unless you already have something set up and you want to supplement that hash rate with a slightly bigger miner, if that's what you're interested in. Or if you just want to solo mine things like Digibyte, you can do that, or Bitcoin Cash, or whatever is on the SHA-256 algorithm. Thanks again, guys. Shout out to Jingle Mining, and we'll be looking forward to giving this to you guys or giving it away to you guys this Saturday on our live stream. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you're in Australia, it starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Australian Time. That's Queensland time. Okay? So I'll be seeing you guys then. Until then, take care. Have a great day. Stay safe. And see you soon on the next one.